Brothers, thank you very much for joining us. Maybe you could just give us a quick update about how things have changed in your situation. Maybe Volodya, can I come to you first?
Yes, it's good to see you again, and another week, another opportunities, and another challenges. Obviously, every week we're starting to think what is next, what is going to be next in our war experience. And earlier this week we had a meeting, pastors' meeting locally in Ternopil, and we were. It was the first meeting in last month for our Baptist fellowship, and we shared with each other of our experience and also what we are to see next in sense of opportunities. And it came that although we still have a active phase of war in the southern east, but in some places like Kyiv and suburbs and Chernihiv, Sumy, there are not so many war activities, and actually life slowly is going back. I won't say normal, but to life. And we came with the idea maybe to help churches there to clean up their places and homes. And that's what we think we are going to do in next weeks or so. It's not a rebuilding yet things, but just starting to clear things up, which will also demand some kind of efforts from us in sense of human resources and also some kind of equipment to do this. But we understand it's another task we are going to face. That doesn't mean that we don't have things like food needs or accommodation for those who are still coming from east part of Ukraine, although in not so much in numbers, but the people do look for a place where they could remain for a longer period of time. And actually, it is another question to be answered, because Ternopil is not the area of Ukraine with the good jobs opportunities. Although we got big number of people already here who are staying for a longer period of time, but they have no jobs.
So, Volodya, are you seeing many people returning to places like Kyiv and to the east, or are you mainly seeing people who have come to Ternopil now continuing to stay there for the time being?
We see some people are going back. Mainly, it would be men. If they came with their families would remain here till a more convenient time comes. Mainly, men would go there. Because in some places still is not recommended by authorities to go back. But for example, with those who staying with us here, some went to Kyiv, to Brovary actually, and staying there for a week, they came back.
And Volodya, you obviously have a ministry with people with disabilities. Recently, we saw a very moving report on the BBC about the plight of particularly children with severe disabilities who were receiving very poor treatment, had almost been overlooked. Maybe tell us a little bit about your work supporting people with disabilities in your area.
Well, I from the when the war just started, number of families who had children with disabilities decided to move outside of Ukraine just to make sure the war will not affect them. but also the big number still remain here, and especially those who have children with more severe disabilities, like our Zachariah, who has a hard time for traveling. And these people remain even during these 2 months in Ternopil. And for obvious reason, authorities had another challenges of refugees, and these were like I won't say neglected, but they remain on their own. But with us, I knew these people are here, and as soon as we got an opportunity to have a food packages, we did food packages for these families, and we're trying to provide them. And later, actually, another churches joined, and on the Easter week, we were able to distribute 2,000 food packages around Ternopil only for those who are locals, not for refugees, but locals who had the disabilities or elderly, staying on their own, have no one to help them. So all together were 2,000, and authorities actually, they were very pleased that a church could give a helping hands in this point.
Thanks, Volodya. Gennadij, you're in a very different situation, right over in the east of the country. What's your recent experience in the war?
Well, now we live in a small city, about 12,000 inhabitants, and altogether around the city, altogether is 22,000. But we have 2,500 refugees, and they are coming to the church for the help. And they say government could not help much, and they not so many people coming as at the beginning of the war, but still nearly every day people are coming. They are not coming back because mostly these people are from Donbas region, from Slaviansk, from Marinka, Krasnogorovka, Mariupol, and Kharkov, Izum, and they want to stay here. The problem is that it's difficult to find the shelter for them, to find a place where they can stay and live like normal people, and we are helping them. And the problem is with the food, because they do not have they do not have enough money. Mostly the people who stay here and who wants to stay here are very poor people, and every day they're coming to our church for help, and for us it's difficult to decide. Like Volodya, he showed a food package, and I said it's a luxury. we will split it. We'll divide them among, not for he gave us for 50 people and more, but we will split it to have an opportunity to give as much people as possible. And
Are you still making trips into the war zone, into the Donetsk and Luhansk regions, or is that now too dangerous?
It's not the question of dangerous or not. It was always dangerous. Sorry, now it's more dangerous. But I'm so busy here now because there are a lot of people here, and I'd like to go there because they're my relatives, my friends, people whom I know, who they're calling me and they're asking, please come. And now we are thinking about an opportunity. How can I come? We can come to Kurakhova, and maybe we'll think and discuss with soldiers how we can get safety to that place, and we have to receive the permission, a special permission, because they don't want us to be killed there, and they let us go, and that will be their fault, and like they don't like such things. So we are thinking, but we are very much busy here helping people. And now I'm talking here, but all my friends are in the church. Yes, yesterday there were when I was driving from Ternopil, from Volodya back home. My wife called me, and she said we had 120 people in one evening, only 120 people. I think today is not no less. So we are splitting what we have, and we are trying to give them the food. They asking for diapers, for medicine, and some specific medicine which cannot we do not have it, and we cannot just simply buy it. We have to send somebody to Dnieper to go there to find a special drugstore where we can get this medicine. So we are running, and there's no rest. You cannot imagine it.
And is there anything we can do to help you?
You're helping. You gave us donation, and we got some food from Ternopil, but that's very little for us. If we can do with a little, but people need more, and if we get more food, that will be great. Because what I see that the war will not end soon. The people do not have job. They have problem with their accommodation, with their flats, apartments, and they have problems with the food, and they will have next week and next month, and in 2 months they'll be the same, and they're just coming and asking. What is good in all these things, that the people are very open for the gospel. They are coming to us, and they say, we are also Christians. We understand what we are doing here, and they're telling us good things, and we can pray with them. We can spend some time with them. That's a good opportunity now to talk to people, and they are especially open. That's something sometimes that we didn't have that before.
Volodya, maybe I could come to you first. Maybe you could give us just one thing that you want people in the UK to pray for.
Well, the first prayer need which occupy my mind at the moment, my door neighbor, he is going to the war zone. So I had a wonderful time with him recently, and he considered myself to be as his pastor, although he is Orthodox. I met him yesterday, and I met his wife earlier today too, and I'm praying for him that God will save his life during all this time, because he is living at home, 3 children and a wife. This is what occupied my mind at the moment. Sorry, but
could you share his name, or is that
yeah, his name very easy to remember, Paul.
I think even I can manage that one.
Yeah. Yes, and another challenge which I see it's going to affect us. Lots of people left Ukraine, and most of them women with their children. That's mean we have two type of war going now. One is bloody shed war in the east, and another type is a hidden war. Ukraine is losing its future generation. Children are living. So this, if you like, 2 main prayer points. One is very personal, and another is very general, I would say.
Thank you, Volodya. Gennadij, how can we pray for you?
Yes, I would like to pray for me. Like I want to explain. Like when the epidemic started, we've heard many times that doctors have to help people, and they had always a choice because there were too many people whom they have to help, and they had the choice whom to help and whom they can just leave to die. And that's and I can compare the situation here. Maybe it's not um, so vivid now, but we are already facing this problem. We do not have enough resources just to give everybody. We always have to choose whom to give and whom to not to give. Sometimes always we need wisdom. We need just God's guidance is in this point, because sometimes people want to cheat us, like people who have enough now. Maybe they are not very rich, but they have enough, and they want to get again, and they ask. And those people who really need, they will not get, because we are limited. So I would like to ask you to pray for wisdom, for God's guidance, how we can manage, how we can do it with those these people. And
Thank you, Gennadij. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, thank you, thank you both for sharing all the updates and also for the prayer requests. And please do be assured of our prayers.